The spiritual journey begins by recognizing that God is the embodiment and perfection of all good qualities or attributes, and by striving to emulate God in one's all thoughts and deeds. In one chapter, I borrow an idea of my teacher and suggest that the development of 4 key faculties, such as ego, love, will, and knowledge, lie at the root of one's progress with the spiritual endeavor. Ego here is meant as detective energy that can perceive, judge, and act. It is not egotism. Love is a major propelling factor in spiritual development. God says in the Quran, He endows those people with love who believe and are righteous. Then we need also to develop our will and knowledge to go forward spiritually. The Quran speaks highly of those who are endowed with knowledge. He asked our Prophet to seek knowledge. I try to provide in the book more meaningful and deeper meanings of such ritual practices, such as Salat or prayer, and Zakat, Sadaqa or charity or spending in God's way. The essence of Salat lies in observing its true spirit, not in its nominal performance. Salat is for remembering God, to seek His mercy and help in all of our work, and for everything we need, and above all, to seek our spiritual development. The Quran says, Inna salata tanha anil fashai wal munkari wala zikrullahi akbar. Salat or prayer keeps one away from indecency and evil, and remembrance of God is the best. It follows that if Salat or Zikr of God does not drive one to become fully righteous, that Salat or Zikr has little meaning and significance. Zakat or Sadaqa, or spending in God's way, also needs to be understood in a much broader sense in light of the Quran and the functions of a modern state. Such spending needs to embrace in a significant way the government taxation and expenditure system. It needs to guarantee an adequate safety net for the poor and disadvantaged segments of society, as well as provide for other welfare needs of society. The purpose of such a system should be to alleviate poverty, help people become self-reliant, and bring about other social and economic developments. I also discuss in detail what makes us righteous in all respects, mindset, attitudes, and other actions. I also discuss social and economic issues such as marriage, divorce, and the moral guidelines under which an economy should be run. Finally, I provide in 2 chapters a detailed critique of the Hadith. I find that on closer scrutiny, the Hadith is untenable and unreliable on theological, historical, and objective grounds. The criteria that are used to authenticate the Hadith are found to be inherently flawed and awfully inadequate.
Could your book be considered as making some significant contribution to the current discourse on Islam?
Thank you, a good question. My book might be considered as making some significant contribution in several ways. One, I think the book's most important contribution is that it provides a much needed, meaningful, and analytical basis for a comprehensive reform of the conventionally accepted Islamic faith that is beset with many problematic features and misconceptions. Two, it is a powerful voice against radical Islam or Islamic fundamentalism, with which much of today's religious fanaticism, misogyny, violence, strife, and terrorism is associated. It provides an image of Islam that countenances neither intolerance, nor violence, nor harsh punishments. It describes Islam. 3. It describes Islam in a way that makes its spirituality an essential integral part of the religion. 4. It presents a crystallized idea that development of some key qualities or faculties are critical to attainment of spiritual progress. 5. It provides a distinctive notion of heaven and hell, different from the commonly held view. In a vital sense, God does not really create any heaven or hell for us. It is we who create them by our good or bad deeds. The book provides deeper or broader conceptions of religious rituals than are generally understood. 7. The book emphasizes moral uprightness to go in sync with ritualistic practices. The rituals are barren without moral uprightness. 8. It recommends abolition of the current practice of making remarriage of a divorced wife with a former husband conditional on her first marrying a third person and her divorce from that third person. 9. The book shows that Islam promotes social and economic egalitarianism while encouraging human initiative, enterprise, and freedom. It views Islam as embracing an exploitation-free, free market, competitive, capitalist economy with socialistic overtones to ensure proper and adequate care of the poor and disadvantaged segments of society. It passes interest as a genuine economic charge that is not disapproved of by the Quran. The Quran disapproves of interest charged only to people or entities that deserve humanitarian consideration. 10. The book promotes human freedom, human rights, gender equality, non-discrimination by race, religion, nationality, and like factors. Finally, and importantly, the book provides a succinct, well-argued case for rejecting the authority, authenticity, and reliability of the Hadith as a source of religious law and guidance.